Is this the best bicep workout? This is not the best bicep workout. Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're going to Coach Diley's best bicep workout. We're gonna analyze it and maybe coach some things up, but let's see if it's actually effective.
Here's one of my all-time favorite and most effective bicep workouts. I've been doing it for years and I want you to have it. Let's go. First, cambered bar preacher curls for 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Push these as hard and as heavy as you possibly can, imagining that you're curling the weight up to the ceiling.
Okay, so
Pinky
I've always...
ring fingers.
So I have a little issue when it comes to coaches giving out training advice, or I would say like training plans or a routine of some sort, and they leave out the most important part of the actual exercise themselves. I feel like most of the time they're just giving you cool exercise to do and not telling you how to do these things to get the most out of it. Now, we're doing a preacher curl. All right, so the tips were you want to go as hard and heavy as you possibly can with 12 to 15 reps, and to the average Joe out there that's going to do that, all they hear is,
I'm gonna go hard and heavy, 12 to 15 reps.
all right, cool. And then they get in and they're watching him and like, all right, this guy knows how to do what he's doing because he looks really good doing it. And they get in, they're like,
All right, 12 to 15 reps, as hard and heavy as possible.
and then they go and grab another weight, whatever. They're using a free weight bar, pretending, right? And they're here, they're like, hard and heavy as I possibly can, hard and heavy, 12 to 15. And then that's it. There's nothing else there. What makes the reps and the sets intense or anything is going to be the duration of your rep, the time and retention. This is a favorite exercise to do. I want you guys to follow this thing that I've been doing before. It gives me the best biceps in the entire world. Check this out. You're gonna wanna do preacher curls. You're gonna do 12 to 15 reps, 3 sets, but I wanna make sure you do a 2-second negative on the way down and a 1-second positive at the stretch portion left so you can get a bigger bicep stretch. Or get a more muscle recruitment. Drink, ha, got you. So, and then you go, and he shows it, and he's like, so you guys wanna go like this, and then down, 1001, 1002, a nice big stretch here, jack it up, 1001, 1002, all the way down. And when you pull this thing up, you wanna pretend you're pulling your hands to the ceiling, pinkies in, boom, chest is gonna stay nice and high, riding it down nice and slow and stretch to the bottom, because that's where we're gonna get the most amount of muscle recruitment.
Oh, 12 to 15 reps, whatever, right?
That's how it should be said, because when you leave out those little small details, that can make a very easy set and a very hard set. Your intensity shouldn't be hard and heavy. Your intensity can come from X amount of reps, slow X amount of tempo. Doesn't always have to be hard and heavy and then missing portion of the lift. So good exercise to do, but we're lacking some instruction that's gonna give that viewer the best bang for the buck for that exercise. Exercise number 2.
Push these as hard and as heavy as you possibly can, imagining that you're curling the weight up to the ceiling with your pinky and ring fingers. Next, crush grip dumbbell curls for 3 sets of 15 reps. These will get your biceps and forearms wider when looking from a front view. Keep your elbows in and constantly crush the dumbbell inwards with your grip as you curl up to the top. Then, single arm dumbbell hammer curls with
Why? Like, why? We're doing bicep curls and your biggest cue is crush the bicep with your grip. Okay, so let's talk biomechanics real quick, guys. So if I got something between my hands, right, like this, okay, I gotta do bicep curl means I gotta flex this arm, and then crushing a dumbbell with my hands like this, not crushing a dumbbell like this. So I gotta crush it like this, which means I gotta use my chest. Why is chest coming in and crashing the bicep party? Like, we can't just have a regular ass bicep. We're gonna go over to the dumbbell rack and be like, all right, and we're gonna pretend we're at the gym. I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I don't need both these, I only need one. Everyone's like, oh, this guy's about to go do some like single arm bicep curls or hammer curls. I'm gonna look because I'm a beginner and everyone else is doing what they're supposed to do. And this guy looks like he's doing something right. Wait a minute, what's he doing this for? This is a weird way to hold the dumbbells. What is he doing? I've never, this is a good exercise, I think. This is stupid. This is absolutely dumb. You don't need to squeeze this for my biceps to work. Guess what happens? If we got a pie and we're serving up pie to the biceps are getting half the pie. And then now forearms a little bit, not even, like, my forearms aren't getting that much right here. You know what's getting a lot? My chest. For me to hold this, my chest has to push together to hold this thing up. Okay, so we're gonna already do a dumb exercise. Listen, I ain't pulling any punches. This is stupid. I would do waiter curls over this 10 times out of 10. That's how dumb I think this exercise is. Not only are you gonna give a stupid exercise, you're also gonna give 0 cues. You're gonna be like, just squeeze, your biggest cue is squeeze the dumbbells hard. Your cues,
Get your chest pumped.
and then curl the dumbbell. Stick to the basics. Pretty simple, just take that thing, actually just flip it. Use one hand, like this is what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna go like this and be like, all right, gotta do these, what are these called? The squeeze dumbbell curls. And you're gonna be like, hey, this is so stupid. And then you're gonna go like this and do this instead. That's what you're gonna do. And the only time you're gonna use this hand is maybe like spot yourself or like help you get the dumbbell back here. Please don't use this and do that exercise. Last but not least,
Here's one of my all-time favorite and most effective bicep work. Push these as hard and as heavy as you possibly can, imagining that you're curling the weight up to the ceiling with your pinky and ring fingers.
All right.
Next, crush grip dumbbell.
Crush grip,
Three
that's what it's
sets,
called, crush grip.
15 reps.
Crush
These
grip.
will get your biceps and forearms wider when looking from a
crush
front
grip.
view.
It should be called crush grip and then move your biceps. I don't know, it's terrible. All right, here we go.
Keep your elbows in and constantly crush the dumbbell inward.
I can't get over the cues for that. Constantly crush the dumbbell. You're doing bicep curls. If I'm constantly crushing the dumbbell, I'm constantly doing shoulder reduction. I'm constantly doing a chest exercise while I'm trying to get my biceps bigger. What if your chest sucks? What if you have a weak chest? Then you don't even get to do a bicep curl. You're just like, and you can't even squeeze it, then you get like 1 rep. You're like,
one, my chest hurts. Ugh. And you're like, well, that sucks.
anyway, here we go, last one.
Then, single arm dumbbell hammer curls with a staggered stance and the plane of your shoulders opened up to the side. Really controlling the negatives down and focusing on keeping the crease of your elbow facing the ceiling. Then, an isometric hold for absolute max time, using the same dumbbell that you used for the crush grip curls. Keep your arm held at a 90-degree angle.
When I was coaching in the gyms, it used to drive me insane. And then when I was my head coach, I got to pick my coaches. So the coaches were, you didn't see bad form. We had this thing where we were like,
Coaching up coaches, coaching coaches.
that's where coaching up came from. We'd run around the gym like, coaches, coaching up coaches, watching coaches, coaches. While the coach is their coach. Because we were all coach each other to make sure that we're on the same page with form and whatnot. So when I see someone go like this, all right guys, we're gonna do bicep curls, man. And we're gonna do this stagger stance so we can get our shoulder open. And we're gonna be like this. And then I see someone immediately put their elbow here. When I see this happen, I'm just like, oh man, this is just, And then when I see his rep where he's like, at the end, he's like, and he's like, and then we're gonna hold it here for as long as you possibly can. Just hold it. And then you're telling someone to hold it in a place where it's like, cool. So like when you're at the top of your squat, clench your butt cheeks, just sit there for a minute as long as you can. Can you imagine? We keep the exact same fundamentals, we're just like this, like squat.
Oh, you're squeezing your cheeks together. Oh, yeah, it's gonna get growth.
What we're not gonna do is put your elbow right here. So whoever has elbow bursitis is just like in agony. We're not gonna do this, all right? What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna take this bench because I don't have the actual bench. But if you did, and this is a cool way to just like, here's an option you could do if you don't have a preacher bench. Check this out. You're gonna heighten this thing high enough so it's like comfortable. Boom, right? And then I just let my arm slide in there. Boom. It's just hanging there. See that? Right there. And then if I put pressure, if I sit like this, right at the bottom there is a nice stretch. And then when you go, and then on the way down, we're sitting back and controlling it, keeping that shoulder here, and we're stretching it. It's under stretch and we're boom. And then we're gonna go at the bottom and we're gonna stop it here. We're gonna sit while we're here, we're gonna stretch it, and then we're gonna, then we can't go anymore. We're not going to do a bunch of reps and then hold it here with our elbow sitting right here. We don't wanna do that, right? If we're gonna emphasize a contraction of some sort, it's going to be here when it comes to biceps. It's gonna be like here when it's triceps. It's gonna be here when it's back, or here when it's back. It's gonna be down here if it's squatting or lunging. You get my point. Every time you see somebody tell you to do a hold at the contraction here, or like to squeeze your chest at the top of the lift, they are somewhat right, but they're not bang on because they would tell you where to emphasize to get the most amount of muscle recruitment. If I want you to get big biceps like me, I'm gonna be like, die and reincarnate as me, which you can't do. But for yourself, we're gonna maximize being in the best position for us to get a great stretch at the bottom. And if you have a position, if you're like this and it's like, oh man, this sucks, my hammer curl here, I'm just gonna flip it like this. And I stretch from here, and I'm gonna curl it up. And I can curl from here and keep it this way. And go from down here, and then stretch from here if I want to. From here, I can flip it and come back up. But as long as I'm getting a stretch, I wanna stretch here. This is what I want. If you wanna do like some partials, this is where you do the partial. Ow, that's hard. I couldn't do like 3 of those. I can definitely hold this for a good 2 minutes. His exercise selection is okay. The cues he's giving are very half-ass. I know it's a real, but I don't give a shit. Don't squeeze in nonsense. Take out one thing, spend more time on actually explain a problem if it's gonna be a real, or do a full-length video on it. But don't give out like half-ass information that's gonna have whoever got a bunch of people just doing this, trying to get big biceps, wondering why their biceps haven't changed size in the last couple months. They're doing weird exercises and their nutrition sucks. So if we're gonna get something down pat, get your training down as fast as you possibly can, as fast as you can. Get your training down, because that's the thing you're gonna be doing with reps all the time. Get your nutrition, obviously, figure that thing out. We'll talk about it later, but you're gonna be doing more repetitions than you are meal prepping. It's a lot harder to create nutritional habits because you're not doing a reps of nutrition every single day. You're doing a reps of moving in the gym. So think of that. Get your training down pat, make small nutritional changes that you can, and then see the benefits, see the progress. Anyway guys, for more videos like this, anyone you want me to coach up, let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, you know how it is, iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep team chasing.